and then wait for OBS to stop being frozen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Mehcast Reacts, and today we're doing the last couple of Superman trailers, the TV spots, and a Progressive insurance commercial that they brought up. We're also going to be including some promo images, and I'm going to be talking about some things that we've learned from the children's books that they've put out.
I paid him to buy it. I have to admit this.
Yes, Ben, I said I'm not buying the Superman 3 Steps into Reading Friends and Foes storybook, so Ben did it, and he sent it to me, and now I have to live with this thing in my house.
You were complaining about how awful it looked. I'm like, fucking buy it and investigate it.
It looks it looks like a terrible sticker, every single piece of artwork. But actually, Ben, this is the final trailer. Let's watch the TV spots first, and then we'll do...
Oh, yeah, send them to me real quick.
I already did.
Oh, you did? Hang on 1 second. Sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah, you're right. All right, screen beef. Yeah, I didn't see this. My bad.
Yeah, this is...
Superman.
This is 4 TV spots, edited screen brief, not screen beef.
Yeah. We might pause it at certain points, just to analysis stuff. But yeah.
Analyze, yes.
Analyze, yes.
Superman is the most powerful being on
Earth. Broke, no. Oh, wait, I need to go back at
Superman
that. Hang on.
Is the most powerful being on Earth.
So pause that for a second. I hate it when trailers do this, where they say Superman is the most powerful being in the entire world. It reminds me of the Sweet Can sketch from The Simpsons.
Yeah, this is... Yes. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's a stretch to say that the football stadium fight will be the worst fight in the movie.
Yeah, well, there's nobody here, so that's a problem. That's already an issue.
To be fair, I know there's been empty football stadiums before, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, now before anybody, never gonna have the balls that Christopher Nolan did on Dark Knight Rises, but whatever.
You know what? That would have been more interesting if people were here, because Superman would have to struggle protecting people while also fighting off, his evil fucking clone.
He's not gonna protect anybody. Because this is James Gunn's Superman. He doesn't give a shit. But seriously, before anybody jumps down my throat about this, I know this is standard practice for trailers. I know. I fucking hate it. I always have. I would like it if the dialogue editing in this was a bit more elegant, so to speak. Just because it's standard practice doesn't mean I have to like it.
All right. 3 seconds in and we talked about over a minute. Let's continue.
I will destroy him.
Good luck with that.
Hang on, I need to go back at that.
Good luck with...
I think he needs some allergy medicine.
What the fuck is up with Superman's eyes? He's either been told twice...
He's got Alex, he's got pollen. This is what happens when people like me get pollen in the eyes.
Yeah, kryptonite pollen. Yeah. But yeah, Lex Luthor... Here, let me tell you a joke. So, what do you tell a Superman with 2 black eyes?
I don't want to know.
Nothing. You've already told him twice.
Also, I want to point out the Minecraft blocks from the leak are here as well.
In the background.
Oh, the leaks. They're still here.
Pause for a second. So oh yeah, that's Christopher Reeve's son in the background, by the way. That's cool.
That's cute.
But I have to mention this monster is called the Kaiju.
Yep.
It's called the Kaiju. There is no other name for it, and in fact, I'm gonna look here in my Superman's 3 Steps into Reading Friends and Foes storybook.
Right. We're fact checking the movie with the children's playbook.
Kaiju. The Kaiju is a giant monster that Lex uses to attack Superman and test the limits of his superpowers. Baby Kaiju. These creatures may start off small, but they can grow quickly to become a big menace to Metropolis. But the Kaiju are not evil by nature. This thing looks like a Guardians of the Galaxy reject creature, and it looks like it's made to sell marketable plushies.
Oh yeah, 100%. You've seen those big old toys no one is buying.
But I have to mention here, just out of context, and I don't want to pull a Cosmonaut Variety Hour on David Cornsweat here, but that "good luck with that" line is so cringe. It's weapons grade. This is what corporate wants from Superman, and it sounds like what we'd expect out of a Vought Studios production of The Man of Steel. Actually, you know, Ben, you know,
you brought that.
You know, I take that back. Homelander's dialogue was way better in the Homelander movie.
Oof.
I'm not even kidding.
You brought that dog, man.
I do like the line. I do think that's funny. You brought the dog?
That, if it wasn't for the fact that it's James Gunn writing it, like if that was a Chris Terrio or if that was a Terrio or Goyer line, I'd believe that they had something that they were going into that wasn't cringe, but it's James Gunn, so it's gonna be cringe.
My issue is that Crypto is just not Crypto in this movie.
Yeah, Crypto's
just a regular
dick.
dog. Crypto, like, I've talked about this in the last video, right? Like, Crypto is just a normal dog here. Crypto's, like, actually intelligent.
Crypto's worse than a normal dog.
In the comics. Like, he was a smart dog. Like, not smarter than Superman or Supergirl, but still really smart. This is not him. I mean, he still fights like he would as Crypto, but not how he would act.
PG-13.
See, this is my fucking point, Alex. That was my goddamn
They put
point.
that at the start of the fucking TV spot. This is a TV preview for the movie, and that's the first thing they put in the second TV spot. Oh yeah, keep in mind, this is called Holy Middle Finger from Middle Finger, Green Lantern Middle Finger from Guy Gardner.
Yeah, that's in character at least. I'm annoyed that they still got the powers long.
The Green Lantern, the green on his body and the constructs bothers me because it's not green enough. It's like it's green. Yeah. It's not. It's green leather, but it's like cheap green cheap green.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben, it's an MCU vest. Look at that. Look at that shit.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I know.
Oh.
You have a problem with the costume. I have a problem with the fact that he's not using his powers correctly. People have gotten arguments with me about like, oh, that's not that.
Oh,
no, they can do it without
the
it.
Visual effects just disappear when they're off screen. I mean, hang on. You know how in like all the shows, the comics. Now you know how, like in all the shows, the comics, even some of the movies, like they'll point at and like create the construct. That's how the powers usually work. I know there are exceptions to it. But every time we see this guy, he uses his powers wrong. And you know it's fucked when Sonic DC's crossover has Strover doing the exact same fucking thing and actually using the powers correctly. A Sega crossover comic knows it. And like, I wouldn't mind it too much if it was like a few exceptions. But it's repeated with this guy. We kind of went in depth in this in the last video. Ian Flynn cares more about DC characters than James Gunn does.
Listen, the middle finger is funny. That's a good gunnism that works for Guy. That's something he would do. I don't know about killing the military soldiers. I mean, in the background, you see 3 of them fucking flying to their deaths. But, you know. Continue.
Holy shit. Rated PG-13.
I have problems with that one.
Looking at.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending of that one either.
Lois Lane saying, "Holy shit!" You know that can work, but
it's probably not gonna work with the context that it's being said.
No, and the fact that they used it as the fact that they okay, I have problems with this too. The fact that they used it as a punchline there is kind of weird. See, you want to go into this?
I want to watch it first. I want to see it.
Planet Earth.
Okay, we don't see the. Let's talk about when we hit the trailer because I feel like we're gonna see the full scene.
Not accept that. Gotta get back to the fray.
Oh God, that delivery.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
I was sent here to help the world be a better place.
Yeah, people hated this in Josh Whedon's Justice League. Remember that with him doing almost the same thing?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and I pointed that out. It's like, hey, you remember when Superman rescued civilians from the nuclear wasteland by lifting an entire fucking building?
It's not how it works.
Off of its foundations.
It was awful. Also, now I get to show this. We see this. I'm just gonna bring this up. The fucking newspaper. Superman saves 20 after downtown building collapse. No fatalities and what could be. That's fucking bullshit. No, that's not 20 people. No.
How many?
No. Let me.
Unless this is a different incident.
20 people for this shit.
Playing fucking dominoes with buildings in downtown Metropolis. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings.
Oh, don't worry, Alex. They're all empty. They were all empty. Don't worry. No worries about that. Every single building here was empty besides the 20 people Superman was able to save.
But what about the empty car park in Man of Steel? The car park that was definitively empty because...
Oh no, that doesn't count. He was being a maniac. He was psychopath in Man of Steel. He's a good boy here. No one was in these buildings, Alex.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It was completely out of character for him to not realize that a tanker truck would explode like that. Because it's not. Anyways, let me
listen. This is fucking insecure. The most insecure thing I've ever seen.
Hey,
really?
Hey, at least it was somebody named Aaron Morrell for the Metropolis Eagle rather than Clark Kent writing a fucking piece about himself.
At least it wasn't. Yeah, at least it wasn't the Daily Planet writing this. But this makes no actual logical sense. This 20 people? That's not how this works.
20 people, there's more. It's Metropolis. There's more people on the sidewalk.
No one goes into the fucking buildings anymore because they collapse every other day. You're stupid if you go in there. And even if you are in there, Superman's just going to smash into you and get you out of there. You'll live.
You'll break every bone in your body, but it'll get you out of there alive.
That is why I do what I do.
Hey, edgy Superman. He's not smiling. Not my Superman.
Shot stolen directly from Zack Snyder, but whatever.
Yeah, no, look at this fucking Jesus imagery here. We made fun of this last time. I think here's the thing. I'm gonna be serious for a second. I do think it's a cool image. I do think it's cool. The fact that only 20 people were there is bullshit, though. I don't believe it. Now we can watch the actual trailer.
Excuse me.
And we're gonna go by beast, so let's do it.
Superman.
So why is he pressing on this? Okay, so Ben, I know why he's doing this. It's because they've got... Look at that. You see this position here?
Yeah.
This is a flipped shot. So the woman who's in the car...
Yeah, like the Adam West shot, right?
Yeah, so the woman who's in the car has a green screen or a blue... Yeah, she has a green screen behind her, right?
Yes.
And they composited this image of David Corenswet in. Now, what they've done is put him on his hands and knees on the floor and used a wire to hold his cape straight up and down. So it looks like the cape is dangling. Then they've reversed the shot so that he can be pushing on it with both his hands and his feet. Here's the thing. Superman doesn't lift stuff like this. He lifts it like a strong man. Superman usually, like if you look at the behind the scenes for Man of Steel and BVS,
Superman uses his feet from below for momentum. He doesn't do it like this. It kind of because he's just going to shoot himself like upward by doing that. I don't know what he's doing here. It's a little. It's a weird shot.
This is.
It feels like they're trying to be creative, but it just. it looks weird.
This is a product of what I like to call creative stupidity, where they've gone to more effort than they needed to. Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, whenever Clark was lifting something big above his head, and Justice League as well, they'd have Henry holding a motion-tracked green screen ball with like a big piece of styrofoam molded to kind of resemble the thing that he's supposed to be holding, with motion tracking markers on it, right? That's how they did the Soyuz capsule. That's how they did the statue in Justice League. That's how they did the other stuff. Like whenever he's lifting something, it's always a styrofoam prop. And they have his feet on the ground, and then if he has to lift up, they have him on a wire harness. Was this a reshoot? This is the only way I can think of that they'd... No.
I don't think so, no.
No, because
I think there's always planned to be in the movie.
I think James Gunn is just stupid.
Honestly, if this is the case of the result of creative stupidity, I think that might be why the movie cost over $363 million.
Apparently, there's a bunch of stuff cut out of the film as well.
Apparently, like most of the cuts were sex jokes.
Oh God!
Which is funny.
The most powerful being on planet Earth.
I hate Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor voice here.
Yeah,
what?
I was talking to Todd. Mentioned it to me. He's like, what did he say? Let me look at what he said, because he kind of nailed it for me. I thought it was just me, but he said, let me look at what he said. Let's see.
This is Todd Black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to give credit where it's due, so the people aren't just like, who the fuck is Todd? Habercorn?
Yeah, Todd Black, yeah, from the Death House, or we talked about this film a few times. Trying to find what he said. Where is it? I might be going crazy. Let's see. No, that's not it. I'm going crazy, Alex. I don't know why I'm missing the message.
Well, rewind it anyways, because I want to mention something here.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he said he sounds vocally off. And that's what I was thinking when, so I'll go back and we can listen to what he was saying.
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth.
Yeah, he's just really vocally off.
It sounds like somebody is trying to do a Lex Luthor AI voice. It reminds me of the sort of flat, even delivery you get from those AI recreations if you don't put any effort into it. Something else. I meant to mention this earlier, and this isn't just a crack about how Corrin Sweat kind of looks like he wants to murder everybody around him. I genuinely think that Corrin Sweat's Superman voice sounds exactly like Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker. Not even a joke. And Hayden Christensen's Anakin is not his normal speaking voice. Like, it's a bit complicated. Well, let's just keep going here. I want to point out where Miss Tessmacher starts throwing it back.
I want to listen to more Lex voice.
Look at that. Tessmacher's throwing that shit back for absolutely nobody.
Now, as planned.
Hey, back
there
up,
it is.
Up.
Ultraman
back the fuck up, Ben. Back the fuck up. Where? Okay. Engineer is behind Ultraman.
Yep.
Engineer is behind Ultraman. I did not see her earlier. I was like, hang the fuck on. Did they throw her in there? But no.
Yeah, I think she's in the plane. You can't see her, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She's right there. And there's Ultraman, like Leak said.
Yeah.
Now,
oh, wait, the engineer. Wait.
Ben,
Wait.
Ben,
No, hang on.
I know what you're thinking. Look at Ultraman's feet. She's right back there. I had the same thought. That's why I had you roll it back.
Okay, that threw me off. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. It was just a shot,
Now,
right?
as planned,
Yeah, here's the thing from the leaks.
I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
He just sounds too
That's-
off. It sounds too emotional.
Kill them
It sounds
Yeah.
too emotionless.
Emotionless, yeah. So the engineer, I have in the book here, armed with millions of tiny robots called nanites, the metahuman known as the engineer can assume control over all kinds of technology. What the fuck is a metahuman, James Gunn? Because I need you to explain
my
that
God,
to me,
wait.
because I know what it is, but I don't know if you know what that is.
No, we need to talk about this too because James Gunn doubled down on this when it came to the metahuman thing. For context, I'm gonna see if I can get this up for us.
Yeah.
For context, he called Superman and Crypto and the Mr. Terrific metahumans. Guy Gardner too. He called them all metahumans. They're not metahumans. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Ben,
That's not how this fucking works.
Ben, I've just realized something. I'm looking in the Superman Friends and Foes book right now. I'm looking at the Lex Luthor image here, and I've noticed that Lex's face is clearly drawn off center. So here's the thing. If you look at it, the head, and I wish I could show you guys, but Lex's head is facing the camera and his face is facing slightly off. The way it's shaded makes me think that they've just cut Beast's face off, Nicholas Holt's face off of a photo of him, painted it so that it kind of looks like what's in this picture, and then pasted it onto this body. It looks fucking weird.
Are you talking about the book?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. I was a bit confused. Like, it didn't look like what I was
No,
looking
I was
at
saying
on the
in the
video.
Friends and... No, yeah, I was saying in the Friends and Foes book. By the way, I have to mention, this Friends and Foes book is horrible. And I'm not just talking about its quality, I'm talking about the print. So the cover is cut off center. So the pages just hang out of the book. It came to me with... It came to me like it was already like a year old in terms of like shelf wear, because the edges were tattered.
So fucking
And
annoying.
yeah, it's printed on like really cheap paper with a really cheap cover. I seem to recall books like these being hardbacks when I was a kid because kids would beat the fuck up out of them, but you know. Yeah, our metahumans arrived this summer. Crypto is not a fucking human.
And then he posts like
He's got a
Guy
robot
Gardner,
and
Mr.
Guy,
Terrific.
Mr.
Hawk
Terrific.
Girl's a metahuman. Like
Hawk
she's
Girl,
like
no, Hawk Girl's a fucking
no,
alien.
Oh my! Why did I not know that?
Hawk Girl's from.
What do you
fucking,
mean she's an alien?
So, she's from fucking Thanagar.
Oh, all right. I remember the Justice League Unlimited episode. Why am I a fucking moron sometimes?
And Mr. Terrific
I feel
kind of.
this is my
Mr. Terrific is
dumbest
the only
moment.
one who kind of counts. And even
No,
he
he
doesn't really
even count. He doesn't even count at all. His powers don't line up with being a metahuman. He's incredibly smart, but that doesn't make
Ben,
him a metahuman.
So Ben, what you're
And then
telling me?
and then he doubles down on
Yeah.
it. The only one. Okay, Four's a robot. Okay, he's not. He didn't go with the robot. Yeah, okay, I give up on the robot, but he doubled down on everyone else.
in
Guy
DC
Gardner's
Comics,
not fucking metahuman.
a metahuman
He's
is
a
a
Green
human-like being
Lantern.
with extraordinary, often paranormal abilities. These powers can arise from a variety of sources, including science, magic, alien origins, mutation, divinity, proficiency, or technology. Therefore, 4 is not a metahuman, but Terrific arguably is. Crypto is meta, but I won't say he's not human, because he might read this. Crypto is a fictional character, James Gunn. Act like a fucking adult.
He's so insecure. I don't even know what to say.
Where did you get this definition from? I don't know where this is.
It's not.
Is
Well, Alex,
link me-
like it's not even on. It's not even on the DC wiki. It completely contradicts what he says. Let me see if I
know.
can find it. Let me see if I can find it again. But like, what the fuck? is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have to mention here. So I have the entry here. Mr. Terrific, armed with gadgets and advanced technology, Mr. Terrific has teamed up with other heroes to protect Metropolis. He is one of the smartest people on Earth. Green Lantern. Guy Gardner is a Green Lantern. He uses a glowing green ring to project energy into any shape he can imagine. Excuse me, it is his duty to guard Earth. Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl flies with her wide wings. She is a fierce warrior who is always ready to fight in the name of justice and help those in need. The Justice Gang. These heroes have formed a new team. They don't have a name yet. They have a name printed on their fucking shirts.
Justice Gang!
A metahuman is a human being who has...
Alex, I'm gonna read you what the fucking Wikipedia definition says. So, a metahuman is a human being who has metagene, a genetic mutation, which when activated gives them superhuman powers. James Gunn, what the fuck are you talking about? Not even the Wikipedia agrees with you, dude.
Yeah,
and like it's not even that he doubles down on like the fucking marketing thing, which he has a say on. So
yeah,
this is a powerful metahuman. Superman is not a metahuman.
Yeah,
he's
so this is from the back of Superman Welcome to Metropolis, an official novel inspired by the film. Now let me see if I can find. This doesn't have an author listed on the cover. Oh, David Lumen. Who the hell is David Lumen? I didn't think when I first looked at this, it didn't look like it had a name on it. Anyways, I
will say, I want to point out that a year ago, this was posted on Reddit. Todd sent me this. Superman isn't a metahuman. This is so obvious, but people make it complicated for no reason. Superman is not a metahuman. A metahuman in DC Comics is typically a human with superhuman abilities acquired through genetic mutation, which is what we fucking read on the wiki. Because again, it's fucking Kryptonian, and the first thing I see looking at replies is this: who are you trying to convince? No one says he's a metahuman.
Yeah. I also have to mention. I also have to mention here, this Superman Welcome to Metropolis book is also very poorly made. Like the top of it looks like it was cut by a dull blade. Like the entire top edge is of the front cover is fucked up. So that's fun. Then we have the interior pages. The cover does not cover the pages. So there's approximately 2 millimeters of paper hanging out past the cover in the first half, and about another millimeter of paper hanging out past the second half. Now, I'm going to go into the center here. Now, oh yeah, includes an 8-page full-color insert. Now, I am an avid reader of junior novelizations and movie novelizations, and the things that, and novelizations in general, they tend to have full-color pictures, like production photos, stills from the movie, etc., included in the book. This includes a bunch of the same shitty-ass sticker art that we got in the Step Into Reading Superman Friends and Foes book. It's all just Greg Land clip art looking garbage. Lex Luthor looks like somebody drew a face onto Undoomed's avatar. I'm just gonna say that.
I was hoping your camera was on, but it wasn't. Okay, let's get away from. Let's put away the fucking book. Let's talk about his new fucking catchphrase.
Yeah, the embodiment of truth, justice, and the human way. I have issues with this new slogan.
Let me handle this rant. This is fucking stupid.
This is bullshit.
You have two far better catchphrases: truth, justice, and the American way, and for a better tomorrow. I'm not a fan of a better tomorrow, but it at least fits Superman, right? The man of tomorrow for a better tomorrow. That fits. What the fuck is the human way?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ben. If they wanted to drop the American way from the catchphrase, That's all they had to do. The original catchphrase was just truth and justice. Superman fights for truth and justice.
Why couldn't they just do that? Why couldn't they just do that? If that was the original from the original comics, just do that.
Yeah, it's from the OGs. It's from the newspaper comics. It's from the Fleischer cartoons. The start of the Fleischer cartoon says Superman fights for truth and justice, and then it cuts to the cartoon.
Yeah, if you want to like capture classic Superman, do that. Not the fucking human way. You want to know why they're doing this? You want to know before we actually continue. This is also on the freaking whatever the hell this.
What the fuck is this? Is some shitty bobblehead? Collector's quality resin at an affordable price. It's a fucking bobblehead, guys. Superman must reconcile his alien Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as reporter Clark Kent. As the embodiment of truth, justice, and the human way, he soon finds himself in a world that views these as old-fashioned. Ben?
You wanna know why? You wanna know why I think it's the human way?
Why?
Story-wise, because Jor-El's going to be King Vegeta.
Is it because Jor-El's gonna? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it because Jor-El's gonna be fucking Omni-Man? Which is essentially the same thing.
He's gotta reject the Kryptonian way for the human way.
Ben, we already had a better version of this exchange 13 years ago. Do you want to know what the line was?
Sure.
Don't you think the Stars and Stripes are a little old-fashioned? Well, maybe something a little old-fashioned is what people need right now.
Yeah. What a good movie.
Joss Whedon had that in Justice League 12 fucking years ago. It was a great line then. It's a great line now. I will take no notes.
It was one of two good lines in those reshoots. The only good things in that fucking cut.
Ben, I'm talking about Avengers.
Oh, I'm fucking stupid. I thought you said... Oh, I misunderstood you. I thought you said Justice League.
No.
I'm very brain dead right now. I feel this is the second fuck up today.
Yeah. This.
Okay, let's also talk about how the fucked up Metamorphose powers has the body to transform his body into any element. That's not how this fucking powers work.
Yeah. The human body, Mason's included, is made up about 10 main substances: carbon, calcium, nitrogen, and so forth, along with about 50 other trace elements like gold and tungsten. Mason can now call any of them forth at will to even combine them into compounds. He could shapeshift into anything from an iron hammer to fluorine gas, his only limit being his body's natural contents. So we return to adventuring, this time as Metamorpho the Element Man.
Yeah, so notice how that contradicts this pretty badly.
Kryptonite is a radioactive element.
I'm sure in the comics they retconned it so they could make kryptonite, but like it's still dumb. It's still dumb. It backs up. I've said in the last video, but like James Gunn does the absolute bare minimum when it comes to the research of these characters, and we'll get to more of that in the trailer because there's gotta be more examples. But I'm just gonna exile this out.
Yeah.
We've rambled on too long.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
What
Good luck
was
with
that?
that.
What?
Oh no, hang on.
Wrap it up.
Oh yeah, it's evil Superman.
That's Ultraman with his mask off, I think.
Yeah, it's long hair.
It looks like
firing lasers.
Dude, that looks like Bucky did in the Winter Soldier.
It looks like Lobo a little bit, but it's not. I know it's not Lobo.
I felt myself die a little inside at that thought.
Oh yeah, here comes the worst shot in the movie. Watch this.
Oh no, that's not the worst shot in the movie, but yeah. Oh god. And
I thought Henry Cavill was a violent Superman. Yeah, I
Eat-
don't like that. I don't like this.
Teeth
Like,
bounce off his face.
okay, I will.
By
I
the
do
way,
find.
okay.
I do find that. Okay, look at this one frame I caught. He's biting his head.
I have to bring this up here. So, oh yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, where I have to put down crypto.
So these guys here are the Raptors. Lex uses his highly advanced soldiers called Raptors to fight Superman and advance his criminal activities.
Yeah, so Superman just full force
Hey,
punches him so hard that he breaks the fourth wall. That's not how that fucking works, by the way. Also, his teeth are still there.
Well,
lose
you
them.
can't see them, but yeah. I'm willing to say yeah. But he punched this guy so hard his teeth got knocked out, but his jaw is still on.
Yeah, this
But
is stupid. This feels like, you know, though, like a lot of time in the 2000s, 2010s, they forced the movie to have like this one 3D thing to justify
Yeah.
it being 3D. That's what this looks like to me. This
Yeah.
feels like it's trying to force its 3D gimmicks again. I don't. Why we're in
3D movies.
2025?
It's
Why
2025.
are we-
3D movies are dead. I couldn't even get Spider-Man No Way Home in 3D.
Dude, like all my screenings, like for the weekday and weekend, are 2:10 p.m. for the 3D screening, and that's the only showing.
Middle of
for
the day
3D
when
stuff.
nobody's gonna be there. Sure.
Yeah, like for the weekend, weekdays too, Monday to Friday. No one's going to see them because everyone's at work or at school. Why would you see a 3D fucking continue? Minecraft, the leak is real. Okay, what
Oh,
the fuck?
What the hell is going on here? This looks like somebody watched the Ten Commandments and said it was like Metropolis.
So many dead
Metropolis with the
people, and I guarantee
Minecraft.
so many people dead, and I guarantee you the movie says no one was harmed. No one's in these buildings somehow, in some way. No, like there's literal buildings falling apart.
Make a move, Big Blue.
Okay, I do
God,
like that
Make a
line.
move, Big.
I don't.
Make a move, Big Blue.
I do like that line. That is in character. Make a move, Big Blue. I do like that.
I like the
Like
concept
it also
of the
looks
line.
also looks like a well shot scene. Let's give it credit.
Move, Big.
I like the colors here.
That's the only well-shot scene in the entire fucking film so far.
Like it looks good, and
This is-
I will for once, he actually looks like Guy Gardner. He actually looks like the fucking character once.
Did they only have did they only have a good wig one fucking day?
Like it actually looks like it fits him for once.
Yeah.
What a well shot scene can do for a character or an actor, I should say. I continue. Again, I think the football scene is going to be the worst scene in the movie. What the fuck was that cut? Hang on. That is a horrible camera angle. Hang on.
Yeah. this man, this is the worst WWE
You
match
can
I've
see
ever
the
seen.
holes leading to his crotch. That
almost
shit's
got a-
being. Oh wait, that's
we
not his
almost got a-
crotch. Is that his? Yeah, it's his
Yeah.
crotch.
We almost got
Like,
a clip
that's
of the
his
super schlong.
I thought my
wanna
mind was
point
playing
out-
tricks on
I
me.
also
but
want to
no,
point
that's
out that
just been
Metropolis's
open.
sports team is called the Meteors.
Sure. And there's the engineer, I think, fucking around. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh, by the way, hang on.
Oh, what
okay.
the fuck?
That was Baby Joey. Okay, so the
We
girl on
talked
the
about this
left,
before.
that's Cat Grant, by the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, Cat Grant.
What does the book say about her?
She's not in the book, but I just wanted to point out that she is notorious for hitting on Superman, having enormous silicone breasts, and also being played by Harrison Ford's wife in the Supergirl show. That's not a joke,
This is
by the
where
way.
this is where at least half of the sex jokes that were cut come from, isn't it?
Has to be.
Has to be. It's the only explanation.
Look at
And
that.
there's Baby
Okay,
Joey. What the
Metamorpho,
fuck is-
Metamorpho on the right, Baby Joey in Superman's
Okay.
hands, Superman has fucking metamorpho tentacles wrapped around him. I don't want to see where the ones that lead to his crotch are going, and it appears that Crypto is over on the left.
I know exactly what's happening. This happens in the third final act, right before or after he fights Ultraman. He saves baby Joey. Metamorphosis turns to the good side and rescues Superman for saving because he saved his baby.
So it's
either
Batman v Superman with Batman and
he
Superman's roles
either
reversed.
he helps fight Ultraman or he helps him get back on the planet or wherever the fuck they are. But yeah, this is from the big third act. It looks okay-ish, the scene itself, but
Buckle up.
Oh yeah, look at this. That's embarrassing.
hang on, wait.
Buckle up.
So pause right there. So that ship has, in that ship we have Lois piloting the ship.
Jimmy,
I mean, Lois's dad was in the army, so.
Hang on. Let me get to a shot where we can see everyone in the ship, if there is one. There we go.
Okay, so here we
He
have
has a cigar in his mouth.
okay,
That's funny.
That's
in the background.
Perry White. Perry White would have a cigar in his mouth on the way up. That's Jimmy over there on the right.
Oh, you know what?
Jimmy
I
has
just
a
realized.
Justice Gang laptop. Jimmy has a Justice Gang laptop. I don't know why.
Yeah,
That'll be-
I just realized. Remember in the leak where they say they find out where Superman is because Jimmy's sexing Lex's girlfriend?
God fucking damn it.
This is where this leads to. They're going to rescue Superman.
Okay.
And they have
now,
the Justice Gang computer to work with them.
I don't know who the guy on the right in the background is, but that's definitely Cat Grant behind Perry.
Yep. I pointed that out.
Perry looks fucking cool with a stogie.
I do like Perry's casting. I like Lois's casting. I think
I
looks
wish
good.
we could have gotten. I wish we could have gotten Lawrence Fishburne back. I've loved Lawrence Fishburne since Boys in the Hood, but
And you see like all the conspiracy shit right here. We can't really read it.
Conspiracy board. Or hang on, actually, I might be able to crank my head a little. That looks like
I think it's about
Bluetooth
Lex.
logo.
But I can't really tell.
Yeah. Looks like party pictures from Lex's girlfriend.
Yep. You're right.
But yeah, why is Lois flying the ship? I mean,
Why
like
is
she's an army brat, sure, but why? Like, army does not equal flying.
Oh, don't, Alex! It's like so easy now. It has baby controls now.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
There's like self-driving cars being made. I don't fucking know
That will
anymore.
deliver themselves. That looks like a fucking helmet.
Yeah, that's evil Superman. 100%.
100%. That's Ultraman, because that can't be the Hammer of Baravia, because the Hammer of Baravia does not have black shoulder pads.
And again,
Ultraman
it's the
does.
same outfit. The same outfit the big dude was wearing earlier.
Yeah.
You know, in the football scene. So this comes from the big final act. Superman's fighting his evil clone. Like again, in the
Just
league,
using parts of the city as
and
a
just
weapon.
just another bastardization of
Collateral
Ultraman
damage,
because that's
what's
nothing
that?
like the comics. Why isn't it just Bizarro? Why is it Ultraman? There's more of the Middle
Here
East
we're
scene.
back. And there's more people holding up the fucking flag, calling for Superman. Fucking.
They chose him. Let them die.
Oh, so there's
They
the context
chose
for
him.
that
Let
scene.
them die.
Let them die.
Why do the words die in his throat?
Hey! Quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
That's such an awful fucking line. No,
They
I'm going to have to
chose
tear
that.
this apart.
They chose
That
to
is
end
not-
their trailer.
That's not a Superman line. That the
They chose
Flash,
that to end their
yes.
fucking trailer.
Guy Gardner, yes. Nightwing,
take it.
yes.
I could take that from Hal Jordan.
Yeah. Fucking Superman. No. Let me play that again.
Superboy.
Quit messing around.
Connor
I'm doing
John.
important stuff.
That doesn't work for what is this? This is a Chris Pratt line. And the delivery. I'm not no offense to David, but listen to that delivery.
Around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Such awful line delivery. That is so
What
bad.
was with that at the end?
That's
Like
so-
seriously, why does he go?
Hang on.
Doing important stuff.
is that?
Hey Ben, the suit looks like
Messing
shit
around, doing
still.
important stuff.
Oh, wait. I just noticed something.
I'm doing important stuff.
You can see it falling off.
Oh
fucking
god, yeah,
arm.
we can see the cuff coming up.
This really is a perfect image describing this movie right now.
This suit is worse than any of the ones Tyler Hoechlin wore.
You can see it like
the
crunching up.
CW.
Like, look, you can see like
Yeah.
you can see how it doesn't fit. So fuck.
The suit is too fucking thick.
It's like they thought he was going to be bigger.
Why does Ben's avatar look like the bowler hat guy? That's because I
Oh yeah,
took
that's
the
Superman.
Yeah, that's Superman with Dick Dastardly's mustache.
I asked for it because I was. Oh, it's funny.
Stuff.
Okay, so here's a Homelander moment. Just
Those
killing a
guys are
bunch
all
of people.
fucking dead, as well as a bunch
Yeah,
of people
no, like he
behind them.
just.
Stuff.
Yeah, no, like he just kills them all. Yeah, they're just dead.
And we've established
Like,
those are all
we
people in those
established that they're
suits.
human, right? They are human. And don't get me wrong. It looks fucking awesome. That's like a cool scene. One issue. Still killing everyone. They're still dead.
I was under the impression that Superman wasn't going to kill anybody in this.
Yeah, no, I was told that too. Like he's not supposed to kill.
I don't care that he does. But you know,
I think there's a right and a long way to do it, right?
Yeah.
I don't agree that he always kills without any hesitation. Like I think how do I describe it? You know that Superman Joker comic?
the one,
The
that's
sound of one hand clapping.
Sound of one hand clapping, yeah.
Yes.
I was about
Like,
to
I
say
think
Man
that's,
for All
like, the
Seasons,
correct
then I
way to
remembered
handle
that
it.
that's not the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like one of the best examples of that, in my opinion. I know some people insult me over, oh yeah, why that comic doesn't represent Superman? It absolutely does.
Yeah, no.
And here's
Joker,
the thing, like
it's like
that's
it's
also
using
fitting with how remember. You remember why he smashed the car in the original comics?
yeah, that was the gangster's car, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he can be fucking petty.
Yeah.
Like he sees Joker and he's like, "Enter my city again, you're gonna regret it." And that's a great canon reason why the Joker doesn't enter anymore, because he knows that if he enters that fucking city, Superman's going to tear him in half, and Superman knows the
Yeah.
threat works, and he's got to make that threat because he knows that the Joker isn't going to risk it. That's not his style, and the Joker doesn't have that much fun with Superman anyways, and he has and re-entered a few times, but that's mostly with Lex Luthor and the others. And Superman doesn't typically kill the Joker unless he nukes Metropolis. We don't talk about that series though. We don't.
Yeah, the Injustice is terrible. You can find proof of this elsewhere on this channel and also on Comics for All. By the way, perhaps Kevin says perhaps you guys should comment on the fact that Fandango has been selling early showings for Superman before opening weekend. Yes. So Amazon Prime,
Yes.
there are Amazon Prime preview showings for Superman that are limited to specific theaters. I attempted to get myself tickets to one of those screenings, but the nearest one is 2.5 hours drive from me.
Yep.
Fuck that.
I got mine oddly enough is 10 minutes away, so I got a free ticket. It was like right as it was open. It was like an hour after it opened, right? It was around the time
Yeah.
everyone's saying it crashed. So when I saw reports it was crashing, I went on the site, logged into Prime, bought my ticket.
Yeah.
Like there were only like 2 tickets sold by the time I got mine. Bought my ticket, and I got my ticket. So like no, like it was not crashing the site. If it
Yeah,
was, it only
I went-
happened for a brief second.
It did happen briefly, but I was able to go through and I checked, because I checked in Mississippi, I checked in Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida. And I checked all of those to see if there was anything that was close to me that I could try. And no. Also, no tickets had been sold for any of them. There were 2 screenings in each state. No tickets had been sold.
Do you mind showing that? Like, do you have screenshots?
I would know. So the problem was is that once I got there, I was doing this on my phone on the way back today, and I just couldn't screenshot it. It was too small.
Fair.
I could
When
get to it later maybe, but yeah. Kevin says,
'cause
meanwhile, Injustice Joker, I'm gonna do a funny.
I'm trying to load up mine, but it keeps saying ticket availability, early access for Amazon. I'm like, I'm still logging into it. Why won't you show me?
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things.
It's annoying because sometimes the site works and sometimes it doesn't. But
Yeah,
I was
that
able
one
to
of the
get it to
things it
work
was
the first time.
It was making me log back into Amazon a couple of times, and I was like, okay, what the fuck ever.
Do you just have to do it over and over again until it works?
So if it is crashing, it's not an issue of demand. It's an issue of poor programming. Like poor
because
interface between the two sites.
It's garbage interface because I just tried to log in again, and again I log in, it doesn't show me tickets. I reload it and it just does this. It's such garbage programming. It doesn't work half the time. So
Yeah,
even then, it's not even because of like, oh, so many people are buying tickets. No, first off, those tickets aren't doing that great. In some areas they're selling out, but in other areas they absolutely aren't. It's more of a programming issue.
Now there are,
because that site is garbage.
Fandango's a piece of shit website. So there are preview screenings selling right now for How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake. There are no preview screenings for Superman near me. I don't know why.
I think it's because the prime screenings are the preview screenings, and they don't want to do any more outside of that to risk more people seeing it. Because I think they want as many people to see it as soon as possible on the first weekend, and hopefully take the blunt of whatever the drop is the following weekend, because they want as many people as possible. Because it's going to have a bad second drop, I feel like. I think it will do better than Man of Steel's first weekend. Maybe hit a little over 200, maybe 150, beat the domestic numbers.
Well, they're predicting 80 million right now.
Yeah.
Could have sworn you guys were reviewing RVB in that third airplane movie. That's going to be in a couple of minutes once we get done with this.
Yeah. Yeah, let's finish. We need to finish this up. I also need to go to the bathroom in a minute.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
Yep, we saw that. Oh wait, hang on. We're about to get to. Oh wait. I need one. We need. Hang on, wait, hang on. We need to witness this in full glory. Hang on. Silence.
Eyes up here.
Superman turned into John McCain.
On par with Top Gun. Top Gun.
Full fucking Jimmy Arms here.
Look at that fucking shit. Look at it. Look at it. James Gunn, he can do spaceship flying scenes. He cannot do people flying scenes for the life of him.
I don't think this is entirely his fault. This is the same guy who did The Flush, after all.
Yes, okay, that's fair. But it's also the same.
He's clearly using the same fucking camera rig that he used for that, or at the very least, the same goddamn lenses.
It's just, it looks like he doesn't have a fucking nose.
Looks like he doesn't have a neck. Looks like his arms have stretched out beyond the confines of his body. Like
his eyes are becoming larger.
It's because it's shot close with a wide-angle lens.
He's turning into a fucking fish.
Oh god, he's turning into Halle Bailey.
Fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Apparently her husband has filed a restraining order against her.
Fuck. Okay, let's continue with the progressive commercial. Actually, for that, we need to watch this part.
Oh yeah.
Because this takes place before that. I can't make the video quality any higher, but here's him causing collateral damage.
Did your car get smashed in a kaiju battle, or just get into an accident?
Okay, I need to point out something stupid. So I saw when people were posting this clip, right? And I see a lot of the gun guys claiming, oh, the Snyder people are fusing two completely different clips together for clout. No, first off, this is an official progressive commercial posted by a lot of the paid official DC accounts. So we see him destroying a water thing, right?
Yeah, he
We
throws a
don't,
water
and then they
at the
cut,
kaiju.
and then they cut to the scene where Superman smashes into the ground. That's the scene where he smashes into the ground. So Warner Brothers made a purposely made an edit that made it look like Superman causing more collateral damage himself to sell insurance.
Yeah.
So it's not the Snyder people
This is the
making
second-
quick edits as like lulz.
By the way,
this
this
is
is the
Warner Brothers
second-
themselves making the edits of Superman destroying the city.
Yeah. This is the second superhero insurance commercial that I've seen this year. The first
effect's
one
so
was
bad,
for
by the way.
Captain
Look at
America
this.
4. Yeah.
Why does he look constipated? And then
He looks constipated
released.
every time he's struggling.
look, he's like, "Ugh!" finally. This is what it looks like in his toilet right now.
Diarrhea! Just let it play out to
sorry.
the end there.
Okay. One more time.
It's
Did your
5
car get
seconds.
smashed in a kaiju battle, or just get into an accident? Did your car get smashed in a kaiju battle, or just get into an accident?
I want to say that I could identify who that
This
voice
does-
is. Unfortunately, I do not know who it is.
This does bring up a good question. If there were superheroes in our world, would there be a separate insurance for like
Yes.
superhero collateral
They
damage?
made a TV show about it. It was
Oh yeah, that's
not-
right. They did make a
it
TV
was
show of
not
it. What was
great,
it
and it
called?
didn't last very long.
Damn.
Well, they made 2 of them about it. One of them was called Agents of Shield.
Agent Shield was great though. Alright,
yeah, it
Mm.
had its moments.
Yeah.
Now,
Alright, let's watch the
I have to mention. There's a story behind this. So I saw this on TV at the restaurant while we were taking mom out for her birthday. Right.
Right.
I saw this on TV. This aired inside an episode of Supernatural they were rerunning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something I have to mention about that episode of Supernatural, it had some of the... It was fucking astounding how coherent that episode was edited. How coherently that episode was made. Like, one shot follows the next, the next, the next, the next. And it's like we go from this shot to this perspective, and we see, oh yeah, the characters are coming in this door. Okay, so that's the door we saw earlier. Or it was shot better. This like 10-year-old episode of a network television series, which was made on a much smaller budget than something like The Last of Us or fucking half the movies I see these days. This TV show is shot better than fucking half of Hollywood now. And then I saw this during it, and then I told you about it. Now we have to watch it.
We're here.
Excuse me.
Progressive's accident
Here's-
response
yeah,
detected
here's
an
Flo
accident and
and the
sent for
other-
help.
Did we beat him? Where's Superman?
Saving the world, maybe?
Breaking a little girl's neck, maybe?
So we did this!
Yeah, I don't think car insurance is really his thing.
Not with us around.
Yeah, I already called a tow truck and started your claim.
I guess not all heroes wear capes.
Yep, somewhere tummy capes.
Ew, what?
Don't say things like that out loud.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't hear
Okay,
it because
people,
the
looks like-
show was on mute.
Oh god. All right. So, final thing I want to point out, because I thought this was funny. So this clip came out, and it looks like his cape completely vanishes and reappears during the edit.
Yeah, his cape...
The DC
his
account
cape-
that I showed earlier was defending it. The cape does not disappear; it reappears.
Flo is
It's
creepy
clearly
no matter where
gone in
she's
this
in.
shot.
Yeah.
It's gone
Yeah.
for a brief few frames. Like, it's not even behind him. It's quite literally gone.
It does that. This cape does that in all kinds of shots here. And like, you can see the Green Lantern connecting thing from the ring to the construct. That shows up when the ring itself is on screen. When the ring is not on screen, when the ring is like down, you can't see that, even when you should be able to see the light string connecting it to the construct. They're just cutting corners. Everywhere we see it, they're cutting corners.
And yet the movie still cost $363 million in its production budget and $200 million in its marketing.
And that was confirmed recently, too. That's not just us fucking around.
No, that's not us fucking around. For context, and I'm going to talk about this again. I know we might have talked about it in the last video.
Oh, yeah, we talked about it before, but now we've got absolute confirmation.
Yeah, the Hollywood Reporter basically came out and said, yeah, that's most likely true. They got an expert to say, yeah, that's probably what happened. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
And here's the thing.
Essentially, the Ohio state government released tax documents showing the budget signed by Warner Brothers. And that only means one of two things. One, Warner Brothers lied and committed tax fraud, which I would support. Taxation is theft.
Yes.
Very based, very cool of you, Warner Brothers. Or two, they lied.
We do not.
Which one is more likely, Alex?
Any claims. At this point, I think lying to the public is more likely than them lying to the government, because they're not in a financial position to be able to lie to the government.
It's not even a new thing, too. Remember when Disney lied about the budget of Captain America 4?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I can believe that what we saw... I can believe that what we saw of Cap 4 only cost $150 million, or however much they tried to say it was. But
the issue was the reshoots.
We know that they had a bunch of stuff that they shot earlier that didn't make it into the film.
Which the Hollywood Reporter also confirmed before getting a paycheck from Disney and shilling for them after the fact.
Right, and so we see here the Hollywood Reporter. Now, the Hollywood Reporter is a notoriously biased source towards the studios.
Yep.
So when they report something that's against studio interest, it's really interesting, because this is the kind of thing that they should be keeping under wraps most of the time.
Yeah, I'm going to read this part right here because this is the important part. I don't know why I zoomed. Yet, one longtime financer says the $363 million figure isn't incorrect. And sources say DC and its parent could spend as much as $200 million on the global marketing campaign, compared with the usual $150 million for the all-audience summer tentpole. It wouldn't be a surprise, and Superman kicks off, blah, blah, blah. The fact that they outright say that the $363 million figure isn't incorrect. A site known for taking money from Warner Brothers and Disney and all those other companies are fucking saying this. That should tell you everything you need to know. Everything. Like, that's fucking insane. The fact that they said this. I cannot believe they said this. Why? It makes me think that they're doing this so they can take both sides, right? Like, if the movie does fail, to be like, oh, but we said it needed that much, wink wink, nudge nudge. It's them covering their bases. Yeah, they're covering their bases. And
where they try, I don't know how, like, oh, early on everything's doing fine, and then later on it's like, I always knew this was gonna be bad.
I know I joke on my private trails like, oh, this film's going to bomb me, like a little fucking troll I am. I don't know how all this film will do. I don't know how bad it will do. It could do, like, it's 50-50% if it performs really well. The issue is that it needs to fucking explode at the box office. It needs to dominate everything. It needs to beat Jurassic World. It needs to beat Fantastic Four to break even. It needs, and I've done my math, like, because theaters take 60%, right?
You know what else it needs to beat?
1.4 billion.
It needs to beat fucking How to Train Your Dragon, and that film is looking to do pretty good,
exactly.
even though it's not that good.
I thought that film was this month.
Yeah, but the previews,
it's not going to be a worry then.
The previews are starting now, but that film's gonna have legs. Because that's
I know, but it's not going to come out around, it's not going to come out around Superman. Yeah, no, that comes out in 2 days, Alex. It's not going to be an issue for Superman.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
it's not gonna
that
be any issue.
That film's got legs, and kids' films with legs tend to eat up a lot of market.
Maybe, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Jurassic World will pick up the slack on that.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
think by
possible.
that point, like because it comes out, Superman comes out directly in a month. I feel like by the time that comes out, How to Train Your Dragon will not be that much of an issue unless it really fucking explodes. I hope it doesn't because I'm hoping that Phil bombs too. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
go watch the
shitty
How to Train Your
DreamWorks
Dragon
remakes
trilogy.
movies.
It's really good. Those films already
No,
exist.
yeah,
for the
yeah. Oh no,
price of
absolutely.
for
You
the
know what,
price of
Alex? I have a
for the
confession.
price of 3 tickets to see
Alex,
How to Train Your
I have
Dragon live
I have a
action,
confession.
you can get all 3
Alex,
films on Blu-ray.
Alex,
What?
I have a confession to make.
What?
I haven't seen I haven't seen the How to Train Your Dragon sequels.
God damn it! You need to. They're really
I know.
good.
I heard. I don't know why I haven't seen them. I only seen the first one in theaters, and that was so long ago.
Anyways,
I'm a
suppose,
terrible movie fan.
I suppose this means that we should
anyways,
wrap this up and get started
before we
on airplane
do,
mode.
I will say before we do, I'm gonna repeat a point I made in the last video. This is do or die for the comic book movie industry. This and Fantastic Four need to go in guns a-blazing, and they're both going to tear each other's throats apart. And I have a sneaking suspicion Disney's going to sabotage this movie at the final hour. Some sneaking suspicion tells me they're going to do a big announcement that's going to overshadow it. And Superman needs to have a way to counter this and fucking go for it for the box office gold. Because, again, it's so expensive. Who the fuck is calling me? Hang on.
Fantastic Four is setting itself up for failure. Jurassic World hasn't tried to fuck itself over. Superman is uber fucked. I think it's best to just watch Man of Steel on July 11th. That's fair.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. I'm gonna go in with zero expectations when I see it in the early screenings. I'll write my review for it when that time comes. Yeah, I made a letterbox. It doesn't have one for Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, which sucks. But anyways, this movie, I don't know how my prediction for it, this is going to be my final prediction. I'm going to say between 120 900 million total for the first weekend. This is for like the worldwide.
120
That's
million
my prediction.
and how much?
120 to 190 million.
190, okay.
Yeah, I think in my personal opinion, it will do better than Man of Steel's first weekend. It might be able to beat its 200 million worldwide. I think it will beat the domestic though. I 100% believe it will beat the domestic numbers.
I'm gonna say 55 to 85 million opening weekend.
That would be really bad because if that's the number, everyone's jobs are going to be in jeopardy.
And I'm thinking it's probably gonna have like a 65 to 80% box office drop off.
Yes. I think it will have. It depends on like word of mouth. If it doesn't have the word of mouth it needs, it's going to drop. Like look at Thunderbolts for example. Like even with the really good word of mouth, and man, I saw Thunderbolts because I was hearing nothing but good things about it. I was hearing it's like one of the best movies of the year, and I decided, all right, I'll go and see it, and I saw it. It's one of the best movies of the year, and it's the second or third biggest bomb of the year.
And that's one of the films I want to mention. And like Thunderbolts, Marvel films usually have this thing where there's stuff in the trailers that's left out that was better than the stuff that wound up in the movies. Thunderbolts was the exact opposite way. There was stuff in the movies that was way better than the stuff that was in the trailers. They had like corny ass goofball Marvel shit in the trailers, and then in the movie, it was a real fucking movie. They had characters acting like fucking human beings.
That's a great point.
Like morons.
Alex. You want to know this? You want to know another movie that has the exact same issue?
I have a feeling.
Superman.
Uh-huh.
It has the exact same fucking MCU trailer that audiences despise.
Yeah. People have.
And I feel like
really
that's going
started to hate this kind of marketing.
No, like absolutely. Like the last two trailers, as much as we shit on them, it had a slightly more serious tone in comparison. It was trying to be a little bit more different from Marvel, which is a really good idea because the last thing you want to be is another Marvel movie. Look at the Fantastic Four. Its marketing is also a bit different from the usual MCU marketing. This movie has now trembled itself into trying to make itself as an MCU branded movie. And I feel like that's going to really backfire. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see when it comes out. Who knows? Maybe it breaks $1 billion. Maybe it does it, but I don't know. I feel like the only movie this year is going to break $1 billion is Lilo and Stitch, unfortunately. I feel like that's the only movie that's going to do it. Because listen,
Stitch emerged
listen out.
from his hobbit hole and predicted another 3 months of Disney remakes.
And all the executives clapped. Yeah.
And Obama was there.
And like next to it was just the dead corpse of Snow White. The remake version. It was killed by the new one was killed by the old Snow White. Killer grandma. But no, like yeah, like if Minecraft can barely break $1 billion, I don't think Superman will unless it has like better word of mouth and meme material than Minecraft. But what's the likelihood of that? Like if Thunderbolts gets like insanely good word of mouth and that doesn't help, what are the chances that Superman can? I know people are like, oh, but Superman's a bigger brand. Half of its films have bombed in the box office. That's kind of the issue if you look at like the larger history of it.
Not to mention that audiences far and wide are wondering where the hell Henry Cavill is.
Yep, and like I remember seeing like I hate Fox, but I remember seeing a poll they did like asking people if they want Henry Cavill back, and like it was like 90% yes. Like where is Henry Cavill? And it's like that's so bad. Like why? Like this is, and oh, you know what? I need to show one final thing that's kind of a knee slapper. I just need to find the link. But something that James Gunn said about the sequel to this movie. I'm sure you saw it.
The world's finest thing where he's talking about putting Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. So he didn't say it
if he
specifically,
does wind up making that kind of fucking movie. I'm gonna
read you what he said from this. James Gunn says he's developing an in some way Superman sequel, but is it a straight up Superman sequel? I would not say necessarily. He's talking about World's Finest.
Yeah.
He's 100% leaning into that because that's what he's going to do. And now I'm thinking a Superman sequel with Batman without a solo film beforehand. Where have I heard that before?
Well, that's assuming that they don't just get Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, they're either going to get Robert Pattinson or they're going to get a new guy. Because if they get
Henry
Robert
Cavill.
Pattinson, Reeves is fired.
Watch them.
Let's be frank.
Watch them cast Henry Cavill as Batman, and that'd be fucking hilarious.
I would be pissed.
I would be too, but I would also it'd be in a funny way.
If I were to legitimately cast a new Batman, it would have to be the guy from Reacher on the Amazon show.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'd also go.
Let me show people what this guy looks like.
Yeah, Alan Richson. Alan Richson is also. Oh, he's also from Smallville.
Look at this fucking dude.
Yeah.
The rest look like dick pics, and that's horrifying. I'm just gonna click out of that.
No. Yeah.
This guy looks like Batman. Look at this. This is Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Put some black in his hair. Alan Richson could be Bruce Wayne.
Absolutely.
The only other one that I'd say is what's his name? Who's one of the other guys? Because there was the guy who played Sentry. He was in Top Gun Maverick. Who's the other guy who was in Top Gun Maverick? The other fucking one. His name is Glenn something or other. He was also in Twisters with David Corenswet.
I don't remember. There's one choice I've heard, but I don't remember the name. You'll know the name. It's a guy from Supernatural and The Boys.
Okay, so it's probably Jensen Ackles.
Yes, it's him. That's him.
Yeah.
That's
Him
another
or Jared,
choice. He also
either him or Jared Padalecki would work. Jensen Ackles would work better, but yeah, Jensen Ackles has also played Batman in the horrible Tomorrowverse, and I would love for him to get an opportunity to play Batman in something that doesn't suck. Although this is James Gunn's DCU, so yeah. Anyways,
all right.
that's gonna
so
be
let's
us
wrap
for
this
right
up.
now. We've got a movie to watch and a TV show. Well, not TV show, web show to watch as well.
Yeah.
So we will see you guys
And I
later.
also need to go to the bathroom and call back my dad because he was calling
I need to get some water. So yeah.
Right. So do you
Take
want me
care.
to load up the thing real quick before I do?
Load up what thing?
The show and movie.
No, I've got the movie. You can load up the show.
Oh, never mind then.
but
All
I'll
right.
get the movie.
I'll be back. See you guys in a bit or whenever we do one of these again. We'll
Bye,
see.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.